So you can start today however you want. So it might be lying on the ground, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. But if today you want a little bit more of a chest opening, you might prefer to lie in heart bed. And if you want to try that out, if you're not sure what that is, placing the thick block at the top of the mat and then leaning the bolster down. So you've just got a little bit more of an opening. I've got some allergies happening right now. So for me, this is nice. So I'm not flat on the ground. Good. Now, whatever position you've chosen for yourself, let's take some time to sink, to settle into our practice together. So eyes can close. Let's take a nice full breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Let it go. Beautiful. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Yeah, and one more breath just like that. Start now to invite your breath in and out of the nostrils. And as you breathe softly here in and out of the nostrils, find just a little bit of space between lips and teeth. See if you can allow that lower jaw, lower row of teeth to slacken downward slightly. You might even nod the head just a tiny bit up and down, tucking chin in and out a couple of times. Releasing here any tension in the back of the neck. And then once again, shrug those shoulders down and away from the ears. Let the little weight of your world release off the shoulders. Take some time to sink into awareness of breath now. So breathing in and out of the nose. Feel as you inhale, the belly rise upward, the ribs expand outward. And then as you exhale, it's the opposite action. Ribs gather in, belly releases down. Finding that rhythm of breath that you can establish at the beginning of practice. Knowing this rhythm will shift and change throughout the practice. But that steadiness of the breath, the prana, is here throughout the whole practice. Now, as you continue to breathe like that, I invite you now to set your samkalpa, your intention for practice today. That samkalpa is like a seed that we can plant in our minds and our hearts. Now, to set your samkalpa, ask yourself this question: what quality would I like to invite into my practice today? What quality would I like to cultivate in this practice today? And today, the answer might be around strength or resilience, or maybe about finding some calm and steadiness, maybe something else. Now, whatever answer for you begins to rise up, to bubble up, begin to set that as your samkalpa, as your intention for practice today. So see that word or that phrase in your mind's eye. And now let's begin to invite in the feeling of that samkalpa, the feeling of that intention through the body. We can set our samkalpas together with the breath. So first, please exhale, release out the breath. Just big breath out, let it go. And then inhale, draw your samkalpa through. Exhale, soft, gentle release out the mouth, let it go. Again, inhale, draw that samkalpa through. Exhale, a little release to let go. Yeah, beautiful. One more breath, just like that. Good. So with that samkalpa, that intention set, let's start now to move the body a little bit. You can wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, let the head, the neck roll from side to side. If you're in heart bed, you can stay there. We're going to do some arm movements. You can either do that from a lying down flat position or from heart bed. Let's start first just by bringing fingertips together. And as you inhale, reach those arms up over the head. Keep a little bend in the elbows. As you exhale, bring hands back to the heart. So we're just slowly gliding and sliding with the arms, inhaling up and exhaling back. Slow, gentle opening to our practice. One or two more like that. Good. And then next time hands come to the heart, just take a little pause. We'll do our wings. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, arms back together. Just go with breath, finding that inhale for the arms to spread. And exhale, guiding back together. We'll do a few more like that. Imagine you're just sort of floating or flying, really soft, really gentle. Yeah, beautiful. And then what I'd like you to do, please, is keep that left arm up, bring the right arm down. We're going to do a little nerve flossing here. As you inhale, left arm opens out to the side, head turns to the right. As you exhale, head turns back, arm comes back up. So on the inhale, the head turns, the arm opens. On the exhale, come on back. Do that about 5 times. This can help if you ever get that pain going down the arm or even in the back of the shoulder. This helps to free any pressure on those nerves. Good. One more. Good. And then go ahead, drop that left arm, bring the right arm up. Same thing as you inhale, head turns, right arm out to the side. Exhale, bring it back. Just go with breath. Inhaling to open and exhaling, head back, arm back up. This is a movement you can do also from a seated position, or you can do it in bed if you kind of sleep a little bit funny. Yeah, let's do, say, one more. Great. Yeah, beautiful. And then bring the head back through center, bring the arms down beside you. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Please have a little reach for your resistance band. And once again, you can do this lying flat or in heart bed. Here we go. Have the arms wide, like a wide, wide V or Y. And bring those arms right up above the chest. Chin is slightly tucked. As you inhale, pull the strap apart as you reach those arms up over your head. As you exhale, slacken the strap, bring the arms back over the chest. So moving with breath as you inhale, tugging out. As you exhale, coming back. That's it. Just go with breath here, trying to make this nice and easy. So that's why we're starting with a big, wide wire V. Good. Yeah, you've got it. One or two more. One or two more. Yeah. Beautiful. You got it. And then go ahead, bring that resistance band down beside you. For those of us who are in heart bed, we're going to make our way all the way to the ground. So I'm just going to roll over to the side, remove my bolster, my block, and then meet the rest of us back down onto the ground. Make sure you have a little head support that feels good for you. And then let's go for a big long stretch. So arms up over the head, heels press forward. We'll do our lateral stretch. So upper body leans over to one side, trying to keep the backs of the shoulders on the ground. Legs can follow. So you make that nice little banana shape. You might even crisscross ankles, full breath. Yeah, and then as you're ready, take a little walk back through center and then do the side, that lateral stretch to the other side. Take your time here, nice big breath, a nice yawn if you want. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, come back through center. One more big, big stretch. And then let's draw those knees in towards the chest. And we'll just do a few little knee circles here, hands on kneecaps. Moving with breath, half the circle's the inhale, the other half is the exhale. Yeah. And then you can switch directions. Yeah. Beautiful. And then come into your big hip circle. So hands on knees, separating knees, pushing them away from the chest, away from each other. And then exhale back in towards the chest, back towards each other. Nice big full breath here as you do. Yeah, you've got it. Beautiful. Good. And then go ahead, reach up arms and legs. We'll just point and flex through the hands, the wrists, the ankles. And then a little wave side to side. Cricks and cracks are good. It's just that air in the joints. We're lubricating our joints here. And then little circles in one direction and the other. Yeah. And then as you're ready, do a little squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and shake it all out. Great. Grab that resistance band. Please place it along the sole of the right foot. Now, these resistance bands, we have had a test on how strong they are. They're not super strong, so have a little bit of slack. And holding it in both hands as you inhale, bring the knee in towards the chest. As you exhale, press with the heel up towards the sky. That's it. So inhale in towards the chest. Oh, good, Nina. As you exhale, press heel up. Now, when we lead with the heel, see if you can feel this. It starts to wake up the posterior chain of muscles. So think back of calf, back of thigh, hamstrings, even into the glutes. So any of us with, for example, SI joint issues, this is really good to focus on. Now, straighten that leg up one more time. And then as you do, can you just draw the tiniest little circle in one direction and then the other? This gets into our hip just a little bit more. Take another breath. Take both sides of the strap into the right hand, left hand on the front of the left hip as you inhale, right leg out to its own side. Do a shush breath, bring the leg back. That's it. So inhale, right leg out. Exhale, shush, bring it back. Now, another way we can connect with core strength here is as you shush to bring the leg back, press down with your left foot a little bit more, and that helps to engage through pelvic floor muscles, through those deep abdominals. Yeah, let's do one more. Good. And then we'll come into our twist. So leg passes through the midline. Left hand grabs the strap, come into your twist. You can either keep the left foot on the ground or scoot your bottom over towards the right side of the mat. So you roll all the way over onto left hip, left knee. Yeah. And then just do a little pointing and flexing with the foot. And then we'll do a little bit more here for that posterior chain of muscles. Press the heel away from you. So dorsiflexion of the foot. And then draw a tiny, tiny circle with the heel in the air. So the movement's actually coming from the hip. Good. And then in the other direction, you've got it. Slow, gentle, and controlled. Yes. Good. You got it. And then as you're ready, come on back through center, switch sides. So bringing left foot into the strap, right foot down. Same thing, we inhale, knee towards the chest, exhale, press heel up. That's it. And so we're offering a bit of resistance, but not so much so that the resistance band becomes a little string. Really leading with the heel so you can start to turn on that posterior chain of muscles that we'll be working with today. Yeah, you got it. Let's do one or two more. Yeah, beautiful. Next time, leg comes up. Let's take both sides of the strap into the left hand, right hand on the front of the right hip. Inhale, left leg out to the side. Exhale, press through the foot, bring the left leg back. As you inhale, open out to the side. Do your exhale, press through right foot, bring left leg back. That's it. So we're working diagonally to help engage the deep core muscles. You've got it. Let's do one more. Yes, beautiful. Come into your twist now. Both sides of the strap go into the right hand, left leg crosses over. Choice one, keeping the foot on the ground. Choice two, scoot your bottom over towards the left, rolling onto that right hip, right knee. And here you can again do that little pointing and flexing. And then end with dorsiflexion, heel pressing out. Start to draw a little tiny circle in the air with the heel, moving from the hip joint. So about 3 circles in one direction. Beautiful. And then 3 circles in the other direction. Yeah, you've got it. Beautiful. Let's come back through center. Take that resistance band off. Gather those knees in towards the chest for a little hug, a little cuddle, or windshield wiper knees. Great. Now we're going to do a few core movements here. Please place the foam chip block underneath your bum. Yes. Okay. Now, please take the hand weights into the hands. So you're holding one hand weight in each hand. Reach the arms up towards the sky so you can almost feel shoulder blades lift up a little bit, and then bend the elbows so you can really feel shoulder blades drop down. Let's try that a couple of times. Reach arms up towards the sky and exhale, soften. One more. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, soften. You've got it. Okay. I'm going to start with marching. Bring the heels a little closer towards the bum. And then as you inhale, lift the right knee up. Exhale, right foot down. Just march from side to side. So starting to wake up stabilizing muscles. Good. Working with your breath. Ideally, the arms stay really still and stable as the legs move. Beautiful. Good. One more. Excellent. Okay, now Keep the arms as they are. Reach the legs up. Bend the knees a little bit. Bend those elbows a little bit. Chin is tucked. On the inhale, right leg lowers towards the ground. As you exhale, bring it up. Other side, left leg down. Just go from side to side. Beautiful. Getting into that diagonal connection that helps engage the fibers of the TA, the transverse abdominis. Yeah, one more side to side. Good, you've got it. Excellent. And then take a little break with those hands. Bring the arms down. Take a little break with the legs. You can bring knees in towards the chest or windshield wiper knees. Maybe even give everything a nice little shake out. Yeah, beautiful. Now we're going to do the same motion, but bring the arms into it as well with the weights. So grab those weights again. Reach the arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, just bend those elbows a little bit. Bring the legs up and then bend the knees a little bit. So let's do left leg, right arm. So as you inhale, left leg lowers, right arm goes a little up over the head. And then bring it back. Other side. Inhaling left arm, right leg. Keep going side to side. Let your body tell you how far the arms go. They don't need to go super far with the weight. Trying to keep this motion really slow and controlled. Good. Yeah, you've got it. We're going to do one more side to side. Beautiful, everyone. One more. Great. And then take a little break. Bring those weights down. Give yourself that hug or windshield wiper knees. You can shake out those arms as well. Yeah, beautiful. Good. Okay, we're going to try a new motion today. This is filed under one of the super fun ones. We're going to start first just removing the foam chip block. We don't need it. Take your left hand behind the left side of the head. Does that make sense? So you sort of bend the elbow. So you're supporting the head. I'm just readjusting so you can see me. And then knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. And then can you please tuck your chin way in towards your chest? And then just start to roll up a little bit so you can see down to your chest or maybe down to your tummy. Yeah. There's your inhale. And then as you exhale, just very gently roll yourself back down. Try that again. Inhale, little roll up. You can even take right hand on tummy so you can feel the abdominals. Exhale, back down. One more time. Good, you've got it. Okay, switch sides. So you can bring that left arm down. Right hand comes towards the back of the head. As you're ready, tucking chin, lift up just a little bit. So the hand is there to support the head. Exhale, lower down. We're doing 3. So inhaling to lift. Exhale to lower. Good. And one more. Yes. Good. Okay. Lower down all the way. Bring the arms to the side. Let the head roll from side to side. So when we lift up the head just that little bit, what it does is engage the rectus abdominis muscles. That's that 6-pack that we all have. And what is important for that is a real sort of getting up off the ground, important muscle group. So we're going to work with this a little bit more. Is the neck feeling relatively okay, my friends? Yeah? Okay. So take a little look at me. I'm going to show you where we're going to go next. So I've now got my weight in my right hand. I've got my left hand towards the back of the neck. And what I'm going to do here is as I come up, I'm going to reach that right arm up. And then as I exhale, I'm going to come back down. So let's try that together. Weight in the right hand, left hand towards the back of the head. As you're ready, tuck the chin, reach up, right arm. As you exhale, lower yourself back down. You've got it. Try that again. Inhale, reach up, right arm. Beautiful. Marianne, you've got it. Exhale, back down. And then one more. Inhale, reach up. Yes. Exhale, back down. Okay, bring the weight down, bring the arms to the side, let the head roll from side to side. If it feels like those neck muscles were active, they were. Switch. So you've got the weight in the left hand, right hand towards the back of the head.
As you're ready, inhale, reach up, left arm. You can even do this cross body if you want. Exhale, lower down. We're doing 3. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. Last one, inhale up. Yes. Exhale back down. You got it. And then you can remove that weight. Bring the arms to the side, maybe even cactus arms. Roll the head from side to side. Let's even get into the hips a little bit. So you can do some windshield wiper knees feet wide. If you want to get a little bit more into the shoulders, you can even grab the forearms, basket arms, and do a little release side to side. Beautiful. Good. All right. We're going to roll over to the side. Come up through hands and knees. And we're going to spend a little bit of time on hands and knees. So pad however you need to. If the knees are sensitive, please give them a little bit of padding. If the wrists are sensitive, for sure, you can put a little bolster underneath. However you're moving, go ahead and move into your spinal waves. So the exhale is the rounding, the inhale is the arching. Yeah, and we might all look just a little different as we're doing this. We're all supporting ourselves in the way that works best for us. Most important here is that we get this movement through the spine. So we're really plumping up our spinal discs. Yeah. Beautiful. Good. Now we're going to get into our thoracic spine just a little bit more. Once again, bring the hand. Let's do right hand behind the head. Elbow is bent. As you inhale, open up wide. As you exhale, bring the elbow down. We're going to do 3. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Last one, inhale to open. Beautiful. Exhale to close. Good. Then bring the right hand down, left hand towards the back of the head. Inhale, open out to the side. Exhale, bring it down. Doing 3. Just go with breath here. One of the best ways to release shoulder tension is little twists like this. Yeah, good. You got it. And then bring that left hand back down. And then once again, go into your spinal waves, but this time you might even bring the hands a little farther forward. You might even come into a long kind of cobra on your inhale and a long kind of child's pose on the exhale. Alternatively, it might feel good to do a little circle. Just be a little creative with movement. What feels good for you? How can I get into a little release for shoulders and a little release for hips? Good. I'm going to move for about 3 more breaths and then come into child's pose. If you're craving child's pose before then, please make your way there. Good. Yeah. Now let's all make our way into child's pose. You might grab a bolster for support. I love to bring my forehead on the bolster, my arms in a deep Y or V. Knees can either be together or apart, totally up to you. Take a little bit of time here just to feel breath. A little bit of time to notice how the breath is when you're in stillness. So specifically, can you feel perhaps that expansion of the rib cage as you inhale and the rib cage gathering in as you exhale? Beautiful. You've got it. One more breath, just like that. Yes. Lovely. Good. Now we're going to make our way back to hands and knees to do a little bit opposite arm, opposite leg row movement. So the weights, you're going to hold them in the hands, but they're down onto the ground. So for those of us with wrist issues, this takes a little bit of pressure off the wrists. Neutral spine, extend your left leg back, keep the toes on the ground for now, and then just roll that left hip down a little bit so it levels the hips. Now, you might slide those weights back. So you've got those wrists right underneath the shoulders. And here's the movement. As you inhale, you're going to tug right elbow up, exhale, bring it down. You're going to do 5 of this. If you want, you can bring the leg up as you inhale, leg down as you exhale. That's 2. Good. Keep going with your breath. You can either keep leg up or down, up to you. Good. You've got it. 1 more, please. Good. Replace that left knee. Extend the right leg behind. And once again, that right hip, we're just going to roll it down a little bit to level out the hips. As you're ready, left elbow rose up. Exhale down. If you want to bring the leg in, you can inhale, leg in, up, exhale down. We're doing about 5 of these. When we work opposites like this diagonally, it gets us into those deep, deep core muscles. You've got it. Yes. One more, please. Beautiful. Good. Okay. Please take a little pause. You can go back to child's pose. If you're more comfortable on your tummy, you can do that. Or if you're feeling super peppy, you can go into down dog. Where we're going to be going next, if you're wondering, is side lying. So that might inform your choice. Good. Take a little bit of time just to breathe again. You might roll out those wrists if there's any tension there. Yeah. Beautiful. You've got it. One more breath. Wonderful. Okay. Side lying. Bolster is going to be your head support. And that inflated Pilates ball, or Cheryl online, if you've got just something you can tuck behind your knee like a little cushion. Oh, but I think you've got something perfect there. Yes. Now, this is going to go behind my knee. And I'm side lying with my knees stacked, but that top thigh is just lifted a little bit. So it takes a little bit of control to keep this Pilates ball where it is. We're going to start first with a little clamshell. So as you inhale, lift up that top knee, exhale and lower. Yeah, beautiful. Do about 4 of these. Good. We're keeping that top leg just a little bit in midair. Good. Excellent. Next time that knee lowers down, pause and do the opposite action. So lifting up the ankle part of the leg and down. And about 4 of those. We worked with this last week and the feedback was, oh, it's harder doing this. One more. Good. Okay, now pause there. Make sure your thigh bone is more or less parallel to the ground. And then what I'd like you to do here is little tiny circles. Yeah. And we're going to move very slowly. So half the circle's the inhale, the other half is the exhale. And we're keeping that control of the ball. Pause. And then switch directions. Beautiful. So this is another great one for those of us with SI joint issues. We're really stabilizing the hips. Beautiful. You've got it. Okay. Now that's it on that side. Take that ball out. First, you can just stretch out the leg, point and flex it. If you wanted a little bit more of a release, you might go into side lying dancer where you reach back for the top of the foot and stretch out through the quad. Take another breath however you are. Good. And then release, flip on over to your other side. Take your ball with you. And you can feel that top hip from the other side. Yes, that's now your bottom hip. Excellent. Okay. Take that ball behind the little knee pit. Leg is elevated just a little bit. We'll start with our clamshell. So inhale up, exhale down. We're doing about 4. Some of us might do 3. Some of us might do 6. That's okay. Good. One more. Yes. Now let's do the opposite, the internal rotation. So knee draws in, exhale down. That's it. Again, about 4 of these. This internal rotation specifically can be helpful for those of us with SI joint pain. Good. One more. Excellent. Pause. Have the thigh bone more or less parallel to the ground, and then do those little circles very slow. Half the circle's the inhale, the other half is the exhale. Yeah, beautiful. Good. And then pause and switch directions. Yeah, lovely, everyone. Good. One more. Great. You got it. Okay. Take out that ball. You can stretch out the leg. You might go into side lying dancer to stretch out the quad a little bit. Take another breath. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, now from here, we're going to make our way into downward facing dog on our way to standing. So you can clear that bolster out of the way, clear out the props off your mat, just so you've got a little bit of room. If you want to come up through down dog, you can come up through hands and knees first, and then start to lift your way up. You might even walk your dog a little bit. Down dog doesn't feel that good, spend a lot of time in. You can at any point come into your standing forward fold. We'll all meet there in about 3 breaths. Good. Yes. Beautiful. Let's start to make our way into standing forward fold, walking hands to feet or feet to hands. Hands come to the thighs, elbows out to the side as you inhale. Come on up partway. Exhale, shoulders roll back, low ribs gather. Let's find our chair pose, sink down with the bum, lift up with the arms on the inhale. Exhale, widen the arms, you got it. Press through those heels, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Okay, take a little shake. This would be a great time to have some water if you've got a water bottle. How is it feeling in the hips so far? Okay? All right. Now, we're going to start with a little bit of a flow and just our standing flow. So you can grab your thick block, place it between the knees, between the thighs. Does not matter where you are in your mat. Hands come to the heart. Here we go. On the inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, squeeze the block, little chair pose. Press through the heels, inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, dive forward, hinge at the hips, standing forward, fold. Beautiful. Inhale up partway. Exhale, shoulders roll back, low ribs gather. Let's squeeze the block, find deep chair pose, sink down, lift up. Exhale, widen the arms, beautiful. Press through those heels, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. That's 1. We're going to do 3. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, little chair pose. Inhale, rise up tall, follow the breath. Exhale, dive forward, hinge at the hips, standing forward, fold. Inhale up partway. Exhale, shoulders roll back, low ribs gather. Deep chair pose, sink down, lift up. Exhale, widen the arms, beautiful. Press through those heels, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, dive forward, hinge at the hips, standing forward, fold. Inhale up partway. Exhale, shoulders roll back, low ribs gather. Let's find our deep chair pose, sink down, lift up. Exhale, widen the arms, beautiful. Come all the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Take out the block, give a nice little shake out. Lovely. Okay, I was talking with someone earlier about plantar fasciitis, which is inflammation of the connective tissue down here. I get it too. There's a couple of things we can do to help release it. I'm just going to take out my toe spreader so we can see. Now, the first one is a little exercise where we just curl the toes in, and it's as if we're trying to pick something up. And it can actually be quite nice if you've got some fabric around. So I've got my little top here. If you actually place it underneath the toes, and then you can see, oh, can I actually pick something up? You could try the resistance band too. What this does is it strengthens muscle groups. We have a tibialis anterior in the front and tibialis posterior. And they tend to be a little sleepy if we get plantar fasciitis, so it's good to wake them up. Okay, release that. You can do a little release on the top of the foot, release on the back of the foot, and then come on to the other side. So same thing, just doing a little pickup. If you find you're getting that pain, and sometimes it's right in the heel, but it could be in sort of anywhere in that web, do this a few times a day. You can do it sat down at your desk or at your dining room. Use anything to pick up, and it really helps to strengthen these muscles. Good. We'll do a couple more. Good. And then you can do a little release, top of the foot. A little release into the back of the foot. Good. And then come on back up. Okay. Now, the other thing that can help, and we're going to use our chip foam block for this, is working with strengthening into the grip of the feet. So we're going to lift up all of our toes. My fingers just go with me. when I do. Yours might as well. And then go ahead and bring down the big toes. I know the other toes might go with them, but just imagine that it could be just those big toes. And as you do, can you feel kind of like the inner thighs squeeze in a little bit with those big toes? And then go ahead, lift up the big toes. We're going to do the opposite as if just the baby toes could go down. I know the others are going to go down too. That's okay. And you'll kind of feel like those knees open a little bit. And then try that again. Lift up all the toes. Just the big toes go down. Pause. Squeeze in with that. And then let the other toes come back down. Good. Okay. Now you've got a little grip, yes, of the block in between the feet. We're going to try and see as we inhale and come up onto the tippy toes. Can we lift it up a little bit? Exhale, bring it down. That's it. Try it again. Good grip. Inhale, lift it up. Good. Exhale down. One more. Good. And down. Okay, now opposite. Big toes are going to do a lot of work here. We're going to come up to lift up the toes. Maybe lift up the top of the block. Exhale, bring it down. I know it's hard. Inhale, lift it up just a little bit. And down. And one more. Just a little bit. You got it, Kathy. Good. And then bring it down. Good. Okay, that's enough. You can get rid of the block. Can you feel that in the calves and in the legs? Okay, excellent. Now, we've been working on a challenging balance flow. Lauren and I were talking after last week's class, and it seemed the feedback was that it was easier to start with the resistance band and then do the picking up of the weights. Let's see if that's so. So we're going to take that resistance band underneath the right foot. Okay, and then step your left foot back just a little bit. Now you're holding the band in both hands with a gentle grip, gentle grip. Now before we do anything, let's just try a little row. So we're gonna bring those elbows up and bring them down. Try that a couple of times. Now what's happening when we're doing that row is we're getting a bit more stabilization. So let's see how it is. Bring the leg back a little bit more. And this time, bend into that front knee. As you row, you're going to lift up the leg. As you exhale, you're going to bring it down. Try that again. Inhale, row, leg lifts. Exhale down. Now, if the leg doesn't want to come all the way up off the ground, that's okay. You can do tippy toes. This is another great one for waking up that posterior chain. Good. Okay, pause. Let the shoulders roll back and down. I'm going to try something out. Can we tip forward and do 2 rows with the leg lifted? We don't know, but let's see if we can. I'm going to tuck the chin, look down. As you're ready, come onto the tippy toes or lift the leg, row up, exhale down, row up, exhale down. You got it. Okay, switch. Okay, other side. Okay. So right leg is behind you, tip forward a little bit, hinging at the hips. Let's just try the rowing first so we can adjust. Okay, this is how it feels on this side. And then as you're ready, you can go up onto your tippy toes, maybe lift the leg up as you row, exhale, bring it down. I'm going to do this about 5 times. And this is when you might notice, oh, I know which is my easier side now. Good. Yes. Okay. And then just take a little pause. Extra challenge. Here we go. Looking down. Coming onto those tippy toes. Maybe lift the leg up. Row up as you inhale. Exhale down. Row up as you inhale. Exhale down. Good work. Take it out. Give a little bit of a shake. Good work. Now, this is building into the flow where we lift up a weight. We bring it up to our shoulder. We reach it up. We bring it down. And then we tip forward and release it. If you haven't done it before, it's going to be really fun. I promise, Mom, this is going to be fun. My mother looks unsure. Okay. Bolster, foam chip block, thick block. Why are we doing that? Because we're building up the ground to be a little closer towards us. And then one weight goes in the center. Okay. Now,
Right foot forward. Left hand on left hip. Is this right or is it the other way? This is it. Okay. Okay. Right arm comes up. Okay. You're going to bend at the elbow, tip forward just like we did before, but this time you're going to grab the weight as the leg comes up. Bring the weight up towards the shoulder, leg comes down. Bring the weight up over the head. Good. And then bend the elbow, tip forward, replace. Good. And then grab it again. Bring it up and over and down and forward. We're going to do it one more time. Let it come down. And then pick it up again. Bring it up to the shoulder, up over the head. Beautiful work. Okay, bring it back down just so that it's there for where we need it. Come back up. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Did it feel easier after doing the resistance band? A little warmed up? Okay. Lauren, good insight there. Yeah, okay. Yay, Lauren. Left foot forward, right foot back. That means that we are grabbing with the right, yeah? Left? Thanks. Okay. Gosh, I get so confused. Okay, arm is up. Thanks, Diane. Okay. Inhale. As you exhale, bend, come forward, lift it up. Inhale up to shoulder, inhale up to sky. Exhale, bend elbow, tip forward, replace. Pick up, inhale to shoulder and up over the head. Exhale, elbow down. Tip forward, lift up. Pick it up one more time. Up to the shoulder, up over the head, and then we'll come down and we'll replace it. So bending, exhale, keep it there, and then come all the way back up. Good work. Give a little bit of a shake out.
Consistency, like I left-handed,
Mm.
but my right side, legs,
Mhm.
balanced.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So Nina's saying that although she is left-handed, her right side is more steady. It's really interesting. There's always one, and I only see it of my left eye. So I'm very left dominant, but my right side is more steady. I don't know. I'd be interested to look at the stats on that. Yeah. And your left is stronger and you're right handed. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Except that it's your bad leg because you've been using it so much. Yeah. Yeah, it is really interesting. And what is interesting is you will always have one side that's steadier than the other. And it's okay. It's not like our goal is to have it be the same because that's not going to happen. But what we can do is spend more time on the side that's a little bit sleepier. Yeah. Okay. Grab your weights. We're going to do a little goddess flow. So you can be on your mat and just bring the legs a little wider, or you can reorientate yourself however you want. Toes are pointed out, heels are pointed in. Okay, let's find our goddess pose first. We're going to bend the knees. Make sure the knees are more or less over the second toes. So more or less, you can even press them out a little bit. And then here's the movement that we're going to do. We're going to bring them up into a little bicep curl. And then we're going to straighten and bring the arms up over the head. And then we exhale, bring it back down all the way. So inhale and exhale. Good. And inhale. Beautiful. And exhale. You got it. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Good. And exhale. Now come back to your goddess pose. Bring your arms now in what we call usually goddess position. Now they're going to stay here. You can let those shoulders roll up, back and down. You can loosen your grip. We're going to lift up right heel, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Left heel up. Exhale down, right again. Exhale down, left again. Exhale down. Now stand all the way up. Come back down. We're going to try it both heels. Here we go. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale up.
Exhale down. Beautiful. One more. Good. Okay, come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring them down. You can place your weights down and then give a little bit of a shake out. Beautiful. Okay. Now, I'm going to come down towards the ground. I'm going to take a little bit of time, a little flow getting there. Take your hands right up towards the chest, come up towards the top of your mat. As you're ready, inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, dive forward, hinge at your hips, standing forward fold. Inhale up part way. Good. Exhale, come on back down. Now, where we're going to go to is a lunge, right foot forward. So step your left foot back. Now, at this point, you are going to have a choice to bring the knee down and maybe put a little padding underneath it, or you can keep the knee up. And I'll just show you where we're going to go from here. Okay, now, left fingertips, can you keep them down onto the ground? And then we're going to open out to the right. So inhale, reach up, right arm. And then exhale, bring it down. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale up. Good. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Beautiful. Exhale down. Okay, now from here, step forward into standing forward fold. Pause there. Good. Step right foot back. Knee can either come down onto the ground, maybe with some padding, or it can stay up. You're on the right tippy fingers. Reach left arm open. Exhale, bring it down. We're doing 3. Inhale to reach open. Exhale down one last time. Good. Beautiful. Now from here, you're going to have a choice to come back into child's pose or down dog. So hands can come down, either stepping the knee back for child's pose or stepping all the way back for down dog, your choice. We're transitioning here. Take a little bit of time. Good. Beautiful. One more breath. Good. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to meet in a seated position. You can just shake your little legs out if you want to have another sip of water. This would be a good time for that. Place the ball between the thighs. And then grab a weight and place it between the palms. Does that make sense? We've got the feet planted, a little something between the thighs, weight between the hands. And as you do, can you draw those elbows in and then lift up through the chest a little bit more? Tuck in through the chin. Good. Now here's the work we're going to try. Can you twist a little bit over towards the left? So pressing in through the right hand. And then exhale back through center. Inhale to the other side and exhale back through center. So ideally, as we're moving, we're feeling a movement from the bottom rib cage. Yes, you got it. Keeping the lower body really stable, really solid. Good. Working with our stabilizing muscles. Beautiful. One more side to side. Good. Last one. Good. You got it. Okay, bring the weight down. Give yourself a break. You can take out the ball, give a little bit of a shake. But there's more. Grab your ball. Place it back between the thighs. This time, take your hands behind the thighs as a little bit of extra support to lift up and squeeze those elbows in. Okay, you might know where we're going from here. We're going to lean back just a tiny bit. And then we're going to see, can we lift up one leg? Exhale, bring it down. Other leg. Exhale, bring it down. Once again, right. Exhale down, left. Okay, pause, bring the heels down, let yourself round for a moment, just a little bit. The challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to try both legs at the same time. If that seems like a ridiculous thing to do, please don't do it. You're in charge. In fact, you could even decide to lie down at this point. If you want to try this, hands are behind the thighs. You're lifting up tall. You're tucking the chin. You're dragging your toes back. And then maybe the legs come up. You're going to still breathe just for fun. Take one more breath. Everyone's got it beautifully. Yes. And then come on down. Take out your ball. Shake it out. Lie down. Grab your layer if you want it. I know we got pretty warm in class. Yes. We're not going right into Shavasana, but we're on our way. We're on our way. Great. Head support. Gather your knees in towards your chest. Oh, you go on down, Kathy. Yeah. Take a load off, my friend. Good. Gather those knees in towards the chest and start to do some little circles. So really releasing. We just did quite a bit of abdominal core work. So we want to release out the back after that. Good. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to come a little bit more into our hips now for some hip release. Now, for this one, I'm going to give you a couple of options. Option one is nothing underneath the hips. I'll show you each of them so you can decide. Option two is a bolster underneath the hips. I'll show you where we're going so then you can decide which is right for me. We're going to do a figure four where we cross the right ankle over the left knee. Hands can be down beside you or palms up. And then the idea is we rock a little bit over towards the right. And then we shush our way back through center. And then we rock a little bit towards the left and shush our way back through center. So for some of us, that support underneath the hips feels really good. It supports us and gives us a little bit more opening. For some of us, that support underneath the hips doesn't feel so good for the low back. So you can try and see, is it a yes? Is it a no? This is a movement that I love doing in bed at night, just flowing with the breath to start to release the body. If you want to get more into the shoulders, you can even try cactus arms here, elbows bent. And then you'll feel that extra little release through the shoulders. Good. Yeah, let's do one more side to side. Good. And then undo the leg. Switch to the other side. Same as before. A little rock over to one side, and we can shush our way back through center. Little rock over to the other side and shush back through center. Just gently, softly moving from side to side. With the breath. After the work that we've done, really calming the body now. Finding some gentle release. Good. Let's do a few more times side to side. Yeah, beautiful. Good. One more. Good. And then come on back through center. Undo the legs. You can either have knees bent or not. Just take a little moment there. And the next thing we'll come into is a really gentle inversion, a legs up position. So once again, you can have bolster underneath your bum, or you might prefer a block underneath your bum. You're gonna lift up both legs. Arms again can be in cactus arms, or they can be down beside you, doesn't matter. Just start with a little pointing and flexing. You can bring those legs even closer towards you if that's comforting, or they can be right up towards the sky. It's totally up to you. When we lift legs up like this, it can have a calming effect on the body. You might even feel, if you get back to that rhythm of breath, that the breath is starting to get a little longer, maybe even a little deeper. And let's start to do a little hip movement now. So as you inhale, you can bring your legs out wide like a V. As you exhale, you can bring them back together. Just see how that feels for you.
If you want to add in a little bit more of a flow, here's one that might work for you. So you can bring those legs out wide on the inhale. You can bend the knees to bring the soles of the feet together on the exhale. You can bring the knees together on the inhale. And then exhale, stretch legs up towards the sky. I'll say that a few times. Inhaling out wide, wide V. Exhale, soles of the feet together, knees out. Inhale, knees come together. And exhale, legs up. And try that again. Inhale out wide. Exhale, soles of the feet together, knees out. Inhale, knees together. And exhale, press up. See if that flow feels good for you, if there's anything else that would feel really comforting, nourishing for you. Another thing that can sometimes be nice if you want to try it is just bringing the knees a little together and rolling around the hips in a few circles. Good. We're going to take another few breaths, just however you are, another few breaths. Good. Let's gently bring the feet back to the ground. You can do that one at a time. Take a little pause. Press through the heels as if you're trying to press them away from you. Lift the bum up to remove your support. Come all the way down. And then gather those knees in towards the chest once again. Give yourself a little hug or windshield wiper knees. Yeah, beautiful. Now, the final thing we'll come into before our rest is a little massage. I'm going to give you a couple of options today. If you're craving a massage for the shoulders, what you could do is 2 balls of equal size. They go up to the very sort of top of the shoulder. Make sure you have head support. And then what you can do is basket arms, cross the forearms and roll from side to side. If hips is where you want to go, you could take the balls underneath the side of the hips, do some windshield wiper knees or even figure 4. I'm going to be doing now is I'm just getting out, taking a little look around. If anybody needs a second ball of equal size, please raise your hand. I'm really happy to bring it to you. If anybody wants any help with placing their massage balls, please raise your hand. I'm happy to come around. If it feels like, oh, I'm just ready for rest, you come into that at any time. Good. So most important here is we can find a releasing quality through the body. Maybe that comes with the release of the breath. So you might even find a deeper exhale, for example. Good. If you're doing those basket arms, just take time to crisscross the other way so you can get into your opposite, perhaps non-dominant shoulder. For those of you that are getting really comfy, cozy in your Shavasana, let me know if you need anything. For example, a sandbag or a chair. Good. Kind and ready. Good. There we go. Good. And just taking a little look around the studio if anybody else would like a chair or a sandbag or anything else. You can just raise your hand and I'll come around. Now, finding the very most comfortable position that you possibly can. Let's take a nice big breath in through the nose, a nice full releasing breath out the mouth. Do that a few times. Full breath in and full breath out. Notice if you can create a little bit of space in the area of the jaw. So allowing that lower jaw, lower row of teeth to slacken downward away from the top. Creating a little bit of space inside the mouth, inside the jaw. You might even nod the head just a little tiny bit up and down. Finding a little release here for the area of the back of the neck. And then you might again just shrug those shoulders back and down. Another letting go, another layer to let go. Notice if you can connect with that feeling of expansion as you inhale, and that feeling of release or letting go as you exhale. So that every cycle of breath is an opportunity to find some space. Every breath is an opportunity to relax into that space. Let's take a few more full breaths. A few more full breaths, just exactly as you are. Very slowly, very gently start to make a little bit of movement. Start first just by wiggling your fingers, wiggling the toes, letting the head, the neck move just a little bit from side to side. Take your time. We've got lots of time coming into movement. So you might like let the head roll a little bit or nod. You might come into a nice long stretch as you're ready, feeling the whole body yawn and release. And then as you feel ready, take a little roll over to the side. Give yourself a little hug, a little cuddle there, drawing into you all that energy of the practice that you cultivated. And as you feel ready, start to push yourself up, come into a comfortable seated position. And either place the palms face down on the lap or palms together at the heart, eyes can close. Let's close our practice with 3 shared breaths. So first exhale, release the breath, let it go. And then inhale, breathe deep into the space of the heart. Exhale, soft sigh out the mouth. Again, inhale into the heart. Exhale out the mouth. And one more breath just like that. Please softly bow your head over your fingertips. You're symbolically releasing thoughts of the mind into the space of the heart. So infusing all thoughts with the qualities of the heart, love, compassion, and forgiveness. Let's take another breath, lifting the heart to the mind. And then as you exhale, slowly peel open your eyes, softly lift your gaze. Thank you so much for sharing your practice today. Thank you. Thank you for coming today, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. If you have any questions about anything we did, please ask.